like me, I'ma do what I want, yeah, I hope you see. I don't give one fuck what you think about me, cause the haters keep on hating anyway. You know that I've been on your mind, you having wet dreams, you stepping over the line. You wanna talk that shit, well let me tell you the truth. To go and cry about is probably the last thing I would do. Yeah, you could tell me all you wanted, it'd be good if I were dead. I wanna hear the words you got, I want you go right to your head. Cause even though I'm just a kid, you always trying to put me down, but you can't take my crown. So fuck you if you don't like me, I'ma do what I want, yeah, I hope you see. I don't give one fuck what you think about me, cause the haters keep on hating anyway. Fuck you if you bring me down, you don't like me, you will leave my house. So I just don't care what you think of me now, the haters keep on hating anyway. Yeah, I'ma wear this shit like I'm the king of the world, like I'm the baddest bitch, cause I've been feeling good. You tryna make me sick, but you can open wide and suck my. So if you're sad and all alone, feeling sorry for yourself, you gotta make a couple changes to your fucking mental health before you start going around tearing other people down, cause bitch, we're not amused. So fuck you if you don't like me, I'ma do what I want, yeah, I hope you see. I don't give one fuck what you think about me, cause the haters keep on hating anyway. Fuck you if you bring me down, you don't like me, you will leave my house. So I just don't care what you think of me now, the haters keep on hating anyway. Fuck you if you don't like me, I'ma do what I want, yeah, I hope you see. I don't give one fuck what you think about me, cause the haters keep on hating anyway. Fuck you if you bring me down, you don't like me, you will leave my house. So I just don't care what you think of me now, the haters keep on hating anyway.
It's funny how that works.
The haters keep on hating anyway.
No matter what.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
What's up, Burn?
Muted. How you doing, man?
We're here. What's up, Betty? What's up, Tina? Holly Skunk. Good to see you guys. How's everybody doing out there? Got a little bit of a show for you. We're gonna be spitting that knowledge. You know?
A lot going on.
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
I think that there's more than a lot going on.
Hey, a bunch of us been vindicated here, though.
I would have to agree with you on that one, Vern. I think that I think it's about damn time to see all the work that we put in and everything that we've said that people thought was a lie and tried to make it out to be a lie has come to light. And I'm not hearing from those same people, Vern. What happened to those people?
Yeah, I think they're still around us. I get them visiting me every once in a while, but they're nuts.
Oh, I heard you had a visitor, huh? You taking in strays over there now, Vern, or what?
Oh, well, it's just somebody crazy that really thought that after all these years of defending this, that I was going to back down. And I just got home from a dinner party. We had a few drinks, come to the house ready to relax. And then on the phone, I get this call, this woman wanted me to go outside so she could show me what all she's done for the town in her lifetime. I mean, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, I'm really going to waste.
Did you bring a Rolodex of connections to show you, or what?
Man, I'd been drinking. I didn't even go outside.
Oh.
So I guess I dodged the bullet.
What's up, Johnny B? Yeah, I didn't know. Maybe she had a Rolodex to show you all of her connections or something.
And could have, just it was one of those situations. It was a no-win thing. Half-ass drunk, go outside and fight with a woman, or just let her talk shit. I wasn't going to win either way.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, it's weird. They're just showing up at your house again.
Oh well, political speech is fucking dangerous around Aguilar. I even put up something today about troglodytes confirmed in Aguilar. These knuckle dragging motherfuckers that think that well, I'll go to his house and start all this shit.
The damn
Well, you know
cave
what?
dwellers came out, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah. I hear you.
Well, I
and
mean,
if you don't like what I say online, you're damn sure not gonna like what I say in person.
right?
When they make this weird thing, I mean, I don't really know much about it. I don't use it too often, but it's I don't know. It's a thing called a block button, and you just block a motherfucker. I guess you don't have to see what they say anymore.
Yeah, well, and
I don't
you know
know.
what? All that's good, but whenever I set this page up, I was real clear that whatever's put up there, I'll leave up there, and I'm not going to block anyone.
Yeah, but
Just
I mean, on the other end, they could have blocked you. Is what I was saying.
oh yeah, yeah. Everyone's welcome to. Mine's a political page,
But
and to
Vern,
me,
you
if you
need to
don't
have
like it,
more favorable speech. Okay,
well, I had a positive
the
speech
water's
up
good.
there, so I was happy that people went to jail. I'm happy that all kinds of shit's happy about around here. That and mostly it's the one where people are finally going to jail. What's not to be happy? I would think others would join in, but for some reason they hang on to the things that everything that any one of us here say or do is 100% wrong. Even though people are going to jail, even though CBI is putting out here, like the affidavit that you guys have, it's saying exactly what we've been saying over 2 years.
Right.
The exact same thing.
Right,
Only we gave more details.
and it most definitely spans to well before we showed up and started pointing out the obvious.
Right.
That's factual as well. And so the report on the screen, that's from Ruth with the World Journal. She's been diligent, doing a really good job keeping up on what's happening there. She pretty much publishes on Aguilar every week, it seems. How many articles do you got now, Vern?
80 complete articles. It's 140 something pages in the scrapbook that Linda has, but there's 80 definite articles on Aguilar from Ruth.
Yes, so she's done a great job. She's been a huge part of.
She needs her credit. I mean, she's doing great, and not everyone's happy with the World Journal, but you know what? She's been on the story for so long, and now the Trinidad paper's starting to pick up a little bit of it, but they're so far behind they wouldn't have a clue.
Right.
Well, they got to go back and watch all of our stuff, and then go back and read all of Ruth's stuff, and then they'll be caught up.
And I tell you what, even giving Ruth her credit, you guys showed up in between me getting into it with Tyra for a little bit. You guys showed up, and no one heard what I was saying till you got here. Then Ruth comes into it shortly after that. And if it was not for you, all of you, and Ruth and Paul, and man, there's so many people to thank in this. It was a lot of people that did this.
Right. It was a it was like a team. Yeah, that thing where people get all together, they work together as a team, and then like stuff actually happens and it moves and it changes.
Yeah,
And
but no one ever realized the dynamics of it though, because it was a team who worked separately.
Right.
None of us conspired on any of this. Ruth did her thing, you guys did yours, I did mine, but it all came together. It was great teamwork. It wasn't intended to be. We were all following the same story.
Well, Ruth's journalism is, she writes for the paper. We do mostly video journalism, and Vern's just the asshole that sits up on the board waving at the cameras for us. See?
Yeah, but in the end,
But-
we all had the same sentiment. We wanted to see Aguilar actually run correctly. We wanted to see the government treat people with respect, not
Dude,
with
because
discrimination.
look how much money that town is losing that's supposed to go into that town to make it better. And nobody, like, it's so sickening that nobody else cares. Some
Well, it gets
outsiders,
worse. It gets worse every day.
all of us outsiders had to come in to expose what was clearly going on. That's sad to me for just for the state of the town itself. Sorry, but that's just
hold on a second, because
My
in the light that I've had, because again, me and Good Citizen, we're not like normal fucking people. We'll move right into the hornet's nest, and we want to experience it, and we experienced it. I gotta say, we really experienced it. And I mean, I feel sorry for Vern every single fucking day that he's got to deal with ignorant ass people that live out there. I mean, not all the people out there are fucking ignorant assholes, but there are a good portion. And then you got to question with everybody, with everything that's come to light with Tyra being arrested, the I'm going to say bullshit charges that she's got on her right now, because we have our thoughts on what's going on. But she still has felony charges, a bunch of them, for stealing money, which is what we said from the beginning.
She was on leave, and after she resigned and was on administrative leave, and still made 15 transactions that no one caught as it was happening.
My thing is you still have people covering for her like this didn't happen. Right. You still have,
and that's the
people
mentality
acting like this, like it didn't happen. But in my experience, when people act like that, usually they were a part of the experience.
Usually, some kind of game.
I'll be glad when it all comes out to the open. This is just the start. There's so much more, and we're getting information. Yeah. I get a little bit closer information, but a lot of it's even blocked from me under the thing of, well, if you tell him, he's going to tell everyone else. Well, if it's public information, yes, I'm going to tell everyone else. So if you want something kept secret that the public should know, don't tell me. And the easiest way to do that is just to block the Zoom meetings. But they forget they record the voice anyway. So that could be Cora requested. And then you'll catch the little shit that they say, is admitting that they're hiding information, admitting that they don't want you to know, to say that somebody gets promoted to town clerk, gets a pay raise of almost over double. They didn't want anyone to know that Stephanie's making $30 an hour for being a town clerk.
Well, and that's why I love Ruth's story here. Right. And I brought it up to this point here. I also put the link in the chat if you want to go and read Ruth's story, but this is just a partial of it. I mean, they wrote off $1.79 million to correct errors. Right. At the end, you have a general fund that ends up in the minus still.
Yes.
Right.
Well, even the budget that they tried giving us this budget.
Well, apparently by total assets claimed, right? Because she's only got to go by what the paperwork says. They claim they have over $5 million in assets.
Yeah, well, assets would be land, property, all kinds of shit added into it, which really,
$5 million, Vern?
No.
Yeah, well, I guess price of property went up.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's desirable now.
Right.
I do know my property went up for a while, but I'm still worried about, is the town going to fail before I get rid of it? Which some people want to take the chance. But we started with the budget, the numbers they give us, and I argued with them. I argued hard with them. The budget says $556,000 starting out in January as our beginning balance of the budget. And that's an estimated number. I know it's made up, except for it's not made up in reality because we have probably less than $100,000. And even with doubling the water bills, the money that comes in is going to be nowhere close to the proposed budget. And they even said at the meeting, she doesn't know where these numbers come from, and she knows they're all completely made up. And you want me to approve that
Well,
without letting me have the financials. I was even told, of all things, financials have nothing to do with the budget. Yeah, I know, huh?
Well, and here's another thing, okay, because I'm kind of entwined in this right now in Walsenburg. What happens if Walsenburg sells out to Black Hills? How you guys going to get gas? You're going to have to.
We're already working on a deal. Yeah, we're trying to make a deal with them.
And it's going to have to be contingent on the deal with Walsenburg.
Yes.
Like, you guys are like on multiple crutches over there, and everybody's holding you guys up right now. Like, it's terrible.
Tina, the water's good.
The water's good, Tina.
The water's good, Tina.
The water's good. 8 glasses a day. It's good.
Sadly, we're not going to get the playground equipment, though.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not getting that supposed free playground equipment?
No, we were ready to spend $100,000 getting it all set up, but hey, it's just pocket change.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been a good start, 100,000.
How much would a new tank cost, Vern? Have you guys even talked about replacing any of those condemned? Wait, the water's good. I forgot.
No, we're still consulting with Woody the Woodpecker on the condition.
Yeah, he checks it every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yep.
I mean, some of the shit you hear and you think, really, did a grown person just say that? Really, Woody went up there with a flashlight, and Woody Woodpecker is the problem.
Vern, think it through even further. What do woodpeckers peck for, bud?
Well, I thought, bugs.
Right, dude. So imagine they're pecking at the water tank to get bugs, dude.
So they know something that we're not, really putting out there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I did put that together. Thank you.
Water's fucking good, dude. We don't know what it's good for, but it is good.
I'm glad you put that together for me.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out what it's good for, but the water tower is good for feeding the woodpeckers bugs.
Right?
And it's a solid foam around the thing with a bunch of holes in it that has nothing to do with the structure that's ready to collapse.
Vern, the video's out there of all that rusted, flaking fucking paint that's right in the water system. Like, we put videos out there of the inside of that specific tank, and it's fucking nasty, dude. You wouldn't eat off it. Why would you drink out of it?
The water turning blue around the diver doesn't mean that he peed in the water.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah.
Betty says the water is good for mind control.
It is.
Yeah, there you go, Betty.
One thing it's good for.
Who puts a concrete top on a water tank anyways? Well, actually, Tina, believe it or not, there's a lot of concrete tanks out where I'm located down here in Tucson.
And
there's 2 separate tanks.
And Tina, there's a lot less concrete on the top of the water tank now. Most of that fell into the water tank, so it's mostly quick patch now.
It's mostly quick patch. You don't have to worry about it. It's not
mostly a quick patch anymore. But we're not supposed to talk about that. It's not like they've been ordered to fix that shit. And it's not like
the last thing I've seen on that
fixing it.
Right? Yeah, I think I seen a report that you had posted where it said that the cracks are large enough for a small animal to get in, and that was the concrete reservoir.
Yeah.
And whenever I went up and looked at it, it was true. I thought, you got to be freaking kidding me.
Yeah.
And,
a raccoon can get in pretty much anywhere it can fit its fucking head. Same with a mouse or anything, dude. So all that shit's falling into your water system. But the water's fucking good, dude. Just drink up. Make sure you bathe in it a couple times a day at least. Do your
Well,
dishes in
and
it.
there was a
Wash your
plan.
clothes in it.
There really was a plan to fix some of this, and I'm involved in this because I voted yes also. I know my one vote doesn't really count for 1/6 of the votes, but we voted to raise the water rates, which almost doubled our water bill, which is fine if you keep the water
So,
in the water fund, but we don't. We get things like the playground that came up. There was no money for that. So for the plan was, and nothing, this is just me saying that this is how it would have had to have happened. We would have had to, and you guys seen this several times, we would transfer the gas and water fund to the general fund to make up for just different dumb shit that people wanted. And
Yeah,
that's
but
exactly what was going to happen to this raise in the water rate. And if people don't bitch about this, you know what? That money was to repair our lines, put in a filtration system, to actually install new lines where that there's lead lines. And
well,
that was the idea and the reason that I voted for the increase. I have to pay it also, except for when you do that and then you transfer that shit for something stupid like that park that has ended, you know, there's no telling what other dumb shit's going to come up. But your money's not safe if you don't have people watching the money. And even after this group started watching it, 15 transactions were made and more likely 17. There's two $1,800 transactions that they still went out to payroll with no deductions on it. It just adds up one thing after the other. Material jobs paid for, not done, material missing.
There's one for you,
Water
Vern. There's a
is
comment
what?
for you.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
It's right there on the screen.
Oh, you voted. I did for the water, yes. But with an understanding that we were going to finally start getting something done. Water rate hasn't gone up for a long time here. And this really was fair only if the money goes to where it's supposed to go.
well, right.
Now
And
that's a vote of 6 people. That's not just me. I could keep fighting it. I could keep trying, but this isn't going to change until a mayor wants to give up the power and let the council have the real power to this thing. Then you have to have 6 people in there that actually know what they're doing, who study the packet, who understand what's happening to the money, not the bullshit that you're told, because every fucking meeting you're lied to, and
Vern,
it's so blatant.
Vern,
Yeah.
Hold
Mhm.
on. But to be fair, don't you got to go another step past that? I mean, who's preparing your packet? They need to be the most trustworthy of them all, right? Wouldn't you think?
Well, they block me from getting the packet until I walk in at the meeting. So I get like 3 minutes to look at it before the meeting starts. And it all started with every time I go in there, they file some kind of bullshit lawsuit against me for harassment, or they take me to an executive session and not have it on there, but the whole thing's set up to bitch me out for something that I supposedly done. So for a long time, Linda, my wife, would go in and she would pick it up. I would be in the car. She'd walk it from the office to the car, hand it to me. Yet or Linda decides that, there's confidential information in this packet of public information, and Linda can't pick it up for me anymore and walk it to the car. So it's kind of a stalemate. I'm facing lawsuit if I go in, or I don't get the packet till I walk in. But there's still enough stuff that I've got an argument for every time they open their mouth, say something stupid. So, I don't need the packet for that.
bless me.
It's just that they hold information. I'm voted in, so every time they screw with me, they're screwing with whoever voted me in. I know everyone doesn't like me. Hell, half the time I don't like me, but the vote's a vote, and I'm a setting official in the town. And when you withhold information from me, or you vacate my seat, or you get on there and tell people I'm an idiot, don't know what I'm talking about, and I should face legal charges for giving people public information. They're doing exactly just putting up a smoke screen to hide from the bullshit that's really going on. Because we can fight all the time. I'm perfectly well with handling a debate. I can find ends of it. But when all of it is just a smoke screen to throw people off of the business that's going on, that's where it's screwed up because everyone is falling in line with it.
Well, yeah, I kind of agree that everybody there is falling in line with it and they're just being yes men. I mean, pretty much at this point, there does need to be some debate on what is going on with the town. I mean, even I mean, the auditor is saying that they're having issues. The newspapers is saying that they're having issues. Hell, we already said that they had issues. We were the ones that pointed out the issues.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and all I'm seeing is a rinse and repeat. That's basically what I'm seeing. Again, I mean, you got
over and over and
over and over again.
over.
Yeah. And then someone here, Bad Barney, saying that the government never lies to we the people. You know what? And I might look at this different, but I'm we the people also. And I get lied to. And it's hard to represent someone whenever no one will really say what they want here as the people, because they know if they show up at council meetings, six marshals are there, deputies, ready to take you out with orders to take you out. And it's for something as simple as not agreeing with what a small group says. And I, even on the council, if I bring up something, I'll be bullied. I'll be told to shut up. And actually, they have orders to take me out also. So this is a fucked up thing. And just because I'm on the council doesn't mean that I'm not with the people.
Right. What's going on, Savage? Get back in line, sheeple. Vern.
Hey, we've been saying that, brother.
Get back in line.
Yeah.
You better get back in line, bro. You better
Well,
know
I'm
your
surprised
lane.
how many are in line, right? Like, we ended up getting that body cam with Paula talking all that shit about me. Somebody who just showed up out of the kindness of their fucking heart to help this fucking wackadoodle fucking town. And that bitch talked all that shit about me like I was some kind of criminal. Even though I beat my charges, he was found guilty. And now all this coming together. I just can't believe some of the sheeple that were in line. That's all I can say about that.
Right?
Run their fucking mouths.
Well, I mean, I think more or less that's a money thing. I mean, really, they're located in Aguilar. That's the majority of their money right there, because nobody comes into Aguilar. I mean, hell, if you blink, you miss it on the interstate because you can't even see it off the interstate. And they have no real services. So, I mean, unless like you really, really have to pee and you can't pee on the side of the road, you're going to go look for a bathroom. Like, seriously, like nobody goes through that town unless they're local from that area. So they've only got so much of a revenue stream in that town.
They got good fentanyl business going.
Do they?
Rumor is.
I know there was a drive-through at one point in time.
Right.
Yeah. It's a shame that all this stuff is such common knowledge here. There's nothing that anyone's going to do. Your money's stolen in front of your face. And I've not heard one person bitch about their water bill being doubled, or the only one that I've seen argue about this playground was me. Everyone else is for it. You got to be fucking kidding me. Where do you think that money's going to come from? as you pay your water bill. Tell me, where's that money going to come from?
Well, they've got more important things to be worried about than a playground. Like seriously, that's the joke of the matter to me at this point in time and how long this thing has been going through. It's not even the matter of how they were acquiring it. What it was, why? Why were you going to acquire it? First, the people were told that it was free, and then I'm hearing that apparently they were going to have to pay for it, not just to go and pick it up and blah 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 and put it in and like. I heard something completely different. I just saying, supposedly, allegedly. I mean, there's so many things going on with this playground, and you've got water tanks that need to be replaced. Let's just say minimum, Vern. Let's just say minimum example. You're going to pay 50 grand in total to go get this used playground set from an old school in Levita, and you're going to input it and install it and then like create a new little park. 50 grand. You don't think that could go towards a new water tank?
Oh man, it's much more than 50 grand. It's 10,800 just to disassemble it and bring it here. Then they're putting it back by the football field where the old dump site was. So you're going to have to scrape off 3 or 4 foot of dirt, refill it. You're going to have to put in sidewalks. You're going to have to put in water. You're going to have to put in lighting. And there's going to have to be some kind of cell phone connection there in case somebody gets hurt out there, because there's only 3 houses along that whole thing. You're not talking 50,000. You're talking 300,000 or 400,000.
Well, I'm just saying, we were going off of a low ball. I mean, 50,000 is a lot of money, especially to people in that area. Like 50,000 is a lot of money to be spending, right?
You could divert that before lunch.
Well, right, but I'm just saying,
like 60,000 just on those concrete pads in front of the library, Jock. Are you people think about that?
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. So, regardless, if you have that amount of money, why isn't
they just
that
spent 80 some on the roads, didn't they? Like
yeah. Well, and keep in mind, this playground equipment is 15 years old and it's at the end of its lifespan.
Right. So why are you going to spend that amount of money, regardless whether it's 50 grand or 300 grand in total? Why are you going to spend that amount of money on a playground that is going to be like useless within a year or two, maybe 5 years? I'll give it an extra 5-year span on that. But then,
well, we can't even keep the bathroom going in the park we have.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys can't even have an open bathroom.
The light in the women's bathroom works good. It's been on 3 years straight, never went off.
And I've heard so much about, they keep it locked because people get up there with their crack pipes and they smoke and they do all this shit. They tear things up. The whole time that I helped the town out, I never seen any sign of that at all.
There's a question for you, Vern.
It's what?
There's a question.
What about the mountain lion that we seen there a few years back, right by the field? Yeah, he's got to eat too. So slow running children, it's
you've got mountain
circle of life.
You've got mountain lions. You've got bears.
A lot of bears. And I'm just joking. I don't want to see any children hurt. But this is not it's not well thought out.
Well, and on top of
playground, that's Tina's point. The school has a playground, which is 2 blocks away from the proposed one.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
There's a playground.
I think it was a distraction, guys. I think that was just put in to derail some people, to stop them from understanding all the investigations that are going on.
Oh, Savage Broadcasting. I attended, and they didn't like that.
I was part of Tyra's court hearing.
Yeah, you were.
More time talking about me than they did talking to Tyra.
Yeah, those of you who knew Paul or who know Paul, we were sitting outside the door, and Vicky come up bumped into Paul first. He makes a couple of remarks to her, and she tried running from him, and she turned and stepped off and bumped into me. Didn't see me standing there, and then
Oh,
took off to the other side of the courtroom. That was funny.
did they get you for assault, Vern?
And no, because it was on camera.
Well, it was on camera last time, Vern. Apparently, Paul got fucked.
Well, yeah, but he's not the only one on camera who got fucked. I kind of remember Good Citizen Media up at the Ace Hardware that things went all shitty.
No, he beat his case. He didn't have to pay a dime.
Yeah, but the person who really was guilty didn't even get charged.
No, he got well, not the
You're right, Vern.
you're right,
Yeah.
Vern. I'll give you that one. That person wasn't charged. But I
Right.
mean, at least we know the price it is to punch Good Citizen in the face. It's $39.
Cheaper than a dentist.
Still
And
got all of
hematoma.
his teeth.
$39 and a hematoma, motherfucker. Come punch me in the face, bitch.
Oh,
It's
my God.
it's unbelievable what they get away with on video. You know, and for so long showing people this, how crooked it is. You know, asking where's our money?
You remember
Jobs. We pay for jobs that don't get done. The material's missing.
Hey, I bet you we're gonna end up finding that hit that they pulled on me came paid from payroll account. I bet we'll figure that out.
Oh, wouldn't that
Because
be
now we're
epic?
getting into all these payroll payments and shit. It's all finally coming out to where everybody can get their hands on it. And I bet you around that time we're gonna see some extra payroll fucking deposits. That's my guess.
Yeah, it appears like money was
Not far
taken from
off,
petty
because
cash.
They've paid people before to try to whoop my ass. So they all failed, by the way. Bunch of fucking failures.
Well, they don't have you here, so they're starting to show up at my house and make all these dumb threats. It's like, really, you come on. People don't. I don't know how many times we could say it, because a lot of people I'm seeing here in your chat room there, or in the audience thing, a lot of those people have been here through all this. Betty, Tina, you know, Sue's usually up here. All these people are from here. They know exactly what we're saying, you know, and it's been going on, 3 years easy. And you guys reported it. You've been to the meetings. You've recorded the meetings. You've done your shows. And how do you not see the facts in front of yourself and still believe in the victims? Well, the perpetrators, but we call them victims here.
Right. And one party was making thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and another party was making zero. So good thing that the good guys win. Because even though we weren't making zero and we didn't sue like they did and all this bullshit and have to steal all this money and shit, just out of the kindness of our heart, we made it happen, you know? So imagine had we had the type of funding that they had, Vern, that they were using against us. Imagine had we had access to that type of funding to use against their tyrant asses.
Hell, they were giving me fines to use the funding that they got from me against us. You know, I personally put up quite a bit of money here to try to.
Another thing I'm going to bring up is whatever happened to the grant that Adam was working under, Vern? Swept right under the rug, huh? Just doesn't exist. Imagine that.
Well, yeah, he was. Yeah, and that's the way he got hired. Was the town clerk said there was a grant that allowed her to hire him, and the hire didn't have to go through the council. And then he got one of our vehicles to go to Colorado Springs and back each day. And it's Adam. Yeah, it's like and he gets all these part-time worker, and it appears he got a lot of benefits out of it. And actually, finding out he was criminal and then finding out as the emergency manager, he was collecting information on the residents here of how old they were, what was their health, basically what they would need in case of an
But
emergency.
my point is, Vern, is the grant either existed or it didn't exist. Okay.
I've never seen anything that shows
If
it
it did
existed.
exist, then he shouldn't have
Where
been
did it go?
paid out of any kind of fucking general fund like that, for one. And it shouldn't have just went away all of a sudden just because he got fired. So therefore, I'm just saying, I see a possibility of more revenue that walked out the door.
Right.
It was coming in and going where? We have them on records multiple times saying that asshole was paid by Grant and not the fucking town and blah, 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 blah. But yet nobody's ever showed the fucking grant. So
and
there
Deborah,
is no grant, is my guess. But if there is, then somebody's still taking the money and they're not providing the service.
right.
He got hired because of Tinder.
Maybe that's a possibility.
Yeah.
There's plenty of fish in the sea, Vern.
Yeah.
Deborah says, where's the government when it comes to the water there?
Oh, they're in it. They're bathing. They waller in that shit. They go down to the storage tank and swim the raccoons. So,
well, and then don't forget they got the people up in the water testing place to change the results of the water testing to make it all good.
Yeah, Deborah. So we ended up catching the state water officials manipulating the fucking water test and poisoning these people right along with all these people that work at the town that allow it to happen.
Yep.
That's what I see happening. I haven't seen a real good test on that water that I can say is conclusive yet, sadly. I can only just assume from everybody's ailments there and my time there, that fucking water is no good.
They keep telling us it's good though.
Hey,
and I mean, they know. They know there's lead. They know there's fucking cyanide. They know there's fucking mercury. They know there's all kinds of shit in there, verified for sure in there, and high levels of it.
Well, and let's not forget all of the old 100-year piping that's still running through that entire town.
Well, if you guys remember,
they missed a federal grant for that. They could have easily had all that lead taken out and replaced during Biden's term.
Well, if you remember here back several months ago, maybe a little longer, we got all these reports where the CDPHE sent out report that we had lead in our water. Then we changed the guys we had with the water license to a relative of someone working in the office. I'm not sure how that really worked. But for the next 6 months, we had reports of no lead in the water. So CDPHE dropped that. Now, as long as I've been around water and construction and all this, I have never in my life seen lead disappear from water when there is no action taken other than hiring a relative to take the test.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what supposedly, allegedly, we're thinking is happening.
Yeah, and who in their right mind wouldn't? Now people here that are watching this, but you hear this.
Oh, and let's not forget, you guys didn't do any investigation into the guy that you hired. And he was already fired from the last place that he was working. He fucked up all their testing through their whole system, which was actually a decent running system. I heard he threw that all out of whack, wasn't showing up, blah, 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 wasn't in compliance, had multiple violations. And then after they fired him, you guys hired him. So
Well, I think we hired him and they fired him the day after because
Right.
it's some
Yeah, right.
violation of his contract.
But he was
Right.
already fired. That's the thing, Vern. Like he was already being fired from the violations. That just expedited it, is all.
But he
Pretty
had the right
much.
last name.
Well, I mean, he had already screwed up a lot of their system. Like Good Citizen says, he has already screwed up a lot of their system. And I mean, it just is so convenient that, you know, maybe possibly a relative works for another town that needs a water guy. So he ends up getting hired because nobody wants to apply for the job in Aguilar because of all the BS that's going on with Aguilar. And, you know, he ends up getting fired the next day because, you know, you should know that when you're working with licenses and you're working with some people in particular, if you're underneath contract, you should not be contracting with another person. So,
Yeah. Oh, Tina here, she's being a sweetheart, but you really should block her for telling the truth.
no, those are
That's-
lies, Vern.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I sing the
She's
same things.
she's listing off everything that's okay in the water.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
You get
below
it?
yeah, got it. Okay.
Yeah,
I
this
was
is
just reading
all
it
okay.
backwards.
This makes the water okay, Vern.
Right. The
She's just
uranium clears out the lead. The arsenic keeps the dead animals out.
right.
Yeah, something's got to eat the corpses that fall in there. You know what I mean?
Well, and she's just doing her due diligence. She wants to make sure that people are properly informed on what the contents of their food are. I mean, look at everything that we buy in the store. Look, it tells you everything that's in that box, supposedly, allegedly, everything that's in that box or whatever.
We
But
put barrels and barrels of chlorine in there, guys. It's good.
yeah, just barrels and
And
barrels
I'd have
of
to
chlorine.
say, Tina's been here through all this, so she absolutely knows what's going on.
Well, you know, chlorine takes care of the arsenic and uranium. Don't you know that? It's kind of like, you know, it sanitizes.
Well, you know, with all this extra money we're getting on the doubled water bills, it wouldn't take much of actually financing this thing out to put some kind of a filtration at the pumps, since we're only using 3 wells, even if it's, you know, just something that we have to change
Yeah. Hey,
everything.
I just had an idea, an epiphany, Vern.
What's that?
You guys could filter the water and then sell the uranium. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, see, yeah, if you could separate all this shit, you know, you could get into a chemical business.
You see what I mean? We can just start selling the chemicals, dude. Let's just filter the water off and sell the chemicals, and that'll cover the whole water system, bro.
Yeah, and Tina, just because she's been saying this for years doesn't really mean that we're going to believe her now.
I mean, there's plenty of chemicals there to take advantage of.
You know, so many good people have told them exactly what's going on right here. And she must have a list in front of her. I don't on that particular subject, but we were here through all this. We've all talked to CDPHE. We've all looked at the EWG website.
There's only
EWG,
21. There's only 21 contaminants in the water, Vern. That's better.
but only 17 of them are cancerous. So,
well, it's better than 22. So be happy with what you got, sheeple.
yeah.
Sit down.
And Tina, you know what? Betty's been here for so long and she knows. And if you look at the rate of deaths around here, I don't know how it seems like there's just an extraordinary high amount of people that have died from cancer. And I'm not trying to tie it into our water system. You know, it's God forbid that I get sued for being a councilman and like put the scare into someone. These people don't scare. I mean, I don't know what else could be said to scare someone after exactly what Tina's just put here.
Yeah,
you know?
The way they drink that water, dude, they ain't scared of shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I remember a meeting that there was
You remember when
a
John
pitcher
Paul
of
got
water.
up there? John Paul got up there and said, the water's great. And he fucking chugged down that fucking glass that Mike had fucking poured.
Yeah, that was his name. Yeah, Mike put all those glasses of water up there and filled them.
Wanted to drink shit, dude. They didn't even want to. The council refused to drink the fucking tap water. Refused.
Yeah.
But it's good enough for everybody else in town, dude. And that shit was all on video. That was fucking lovely.
Hey, Vern, you want to hear something funny, Vern?
What's that?
This person saw the story on Tyra.
Yeah. So this
all
is
the way out
Matt
from the great
Romack,
state
man.
of New York, bro.
He said he seen Tyra's face on the fucking news up there.
Now, she just washed with water before she turned herself in. So
yeah, my God, dude. She knew she was getting ready to get this picture taken, and she goes in dressed like that.
Well,
my God, dude. Most people don't have the opportunity to go turn themselves in, okay? She did. That was planned. That wasn't, oh, we caught you, bitch. You're going in. No. She planned, and that's how she wore that fucking smock and her turtle face. Oh, my God, dude. Everybody's laughing at that shit so hard, dude.
Well, I kind of want to take bets because we're working on some stuff, and I would like to know what she was wearing. Because normally, whenever we run into her, at least when we ran into her, she was always in like sweats or like pajama pants of some sort.
Big fuzzy slippers.
She was never dressed professionally. She was never dressed like somebody that would be running the office, in my opinion. But I want to know if she actually went in there in like some pajama pants.
She made those big orange moo-moos look great. What are you talking about?
Endeavor here, she's made a remark, only 17 contaminants. You know what? And that's actually good for what it used to be. Yeah, and here's the thing, the contaminant level and the amounts of contaminants that keep going down, yet we have not put $1 into doing anything to change the system.
Nothing done in all the years that you people and I have been covering this, or Ruth from the World Journal even harping on it. Nothing's even been thought about doing anything to any of the tanks, to any of the system, filtration, nothing. The topic has never come up other than them telling us repetitively the water is good. The water is safe. And if you look at your bill, they have a fucking coverall statement on there that basically says, hey, our water might be shit. Use at your own risk, basically. And they use that as a coverall so they don't get in trouble. And there's no intention to fix this water, guys. They intend to keep serving these chemicals up to everybody who's willing, And I mean, this shit absorbs through your skin. Even if you're washing your clothes with it, it's affecting you, in my opinion. You wash your dishes with it, it's affecting you. You don't even have to bathe in it. You don't have to even drink it. And you're going to be affected by it. And it's the only source of water. It's a city system. You can't get around it.
And how many times can we say this, though? Over the length of time we said it, and finally it's national news. We're vindicated. Everything that we said is the truth. Not a single one of us has been in court for...
ordered. That's the sad thing about it. Like, you guys are paying buku bucks in fines every fucking year. What was it last year? Over 10 grand or some shit, dude. Like, or was that the year before? I forget. I can't even keep up because every fucking year you guys got to pay fines because you're in non-compliance.
Well, and they have to pay fines like all over the place. So again, like you've got the people that the state wants their budget. Right? They want their final budget. Here's Stephanie trying to get an extension into next year to get this done.
You caught that.
Oh, I caught it. Oh, I caught it. Because, all she's doing is stalling the inevitable. She should just put it in there, tell them to run with it, write off another $2 million into a random account somewhere.
But she can't get it. She can't get the budget past the council because I'm refusing to let it get to a vote without seeing the financials. And they keep refusing the financials, even saying that the financials have nothing to do with the budget. And I'm shaking my head. You've got to be out of your fucking mind. How, because this year I'm following Aguilar saying I'm putting a Maserati. I'm putting Maserati in my
Hold on,
budget.
Vern. We're not
Vern,
talking
you're
about
new.
the budget. We're talking about the final audit that needs to be done. The final audit that needs to be done is now being pushed back till February of 2024. I mean, 2026 possibly.
Does that mean I don't get the Maserati?
No
You don't know how
Maserati
budget
for you.
works, Vern.
Shit.
You're new at this shit, dude. Don't you know that you write the budget and then at the end of the year, the expenditures match the budget penny for penny?
Right.
You don't know that?
Now that was a big thing for like 3 or 4 years in a row. All these years as they're trying to go through this, and line by line, everything was penny for penny. And the three of us are there's more than us that we're saying this. How does that happen? We got such good workers that penny for penny, year after year.
You gotta get in line, Vern. You're gonna figure it out. Just to prove that fucking, $500,000 budget, and you'll see the expenditures will match at the end of the year. It's magic, bro. It's like movie magic, but without the movie.
So the Maserati is still on the way, though.
Oh, that just give me an idea, guys. We need to make a fucking autobiography on this shit, right? The wannabe Capones of Aguilar and shit, dude. Like we ought to make like a fucking documentary or autobiography or something.
Hey, I had a watchdog group called Integrity Matters call me the other day, and they're offering, some attorney fees and legal advice on doing a mass recall. And that woman talked to me for 2.5 hours, and I could see her shaking her head as I was telling her this story. And every few minutes, I have to tell her, look, you know what? Read the newspaper, look at this YouTube channels. Go back through the actual things that happened, and you'll be amazed that I didn't have to stretch the truth at all. On its own, it's unbelievable. But, there are people starting to listen now. News had to go national before they did.
Well, and that's what it takes. We told you
that's
what it takes until it goes national. It could go big during the state. Remember when the news came down during the protests? We were all excited. Yeah, they're going to do something.
Channel
and then
13.
it didn't go anywhere. We're like, fuck. And you're like, well, it went to the state. Well, the state's one thing. Once it goes all the way out to New York, completely different.
Yeah, when my buddy starts seeing it at Adirondacks,
At this last meeting, I was telling the mayor that, hey, you know what? We've got this watchdog group that's wanting to do some help us with some recalls here. And she gets mad. Oh, well, just bring the paperwork in and I'll sign them. And I'm like, you know what? You don't even know that the mayor doesn't sign that. It's the town clerk. So you got to know at least the basics of the government. And we have a small guideline. It's called Title 31 here in Colorado. Lists everything that you could do. And being a statutory town, we have the benefit of a weak mayor and 6 councilmen who put ordinances in place to control the town. But being such a small town, the benefit to us is we could form the town through our ordinances the way the majority want to live. Only if it becomes a dictatorship, you're screwed.
You people, you want to answer that question?
Right. Did I do it wrong? I think he went to sleep.
Or just questionnaire for you people. Yeah, he might he might be taking.
To me, a statutory town is a good thing. It's just, it has to be managed right. So if you don't do that, it's not going to work.
Yeah. Well, anyways, to answer that question, Aaron Brockovich was contacted and does know about the situation, but it was something she chose to not
Oh.
take on.
I'm sorry. I stepped away for one flipping second to go get a soda, and I answered. I answered right here. You just didn't see it.
Yeah, I see.
I tried. I tried to bring it to Aaron Brockovich, but I guess it wasn't. I guess it wasn't a big enough news story. I mean, it doesn't really light on fire. I
I
tried.
don't.
I
And
mean,
I
at
don't
least
know,
that's
Savage Broadcasting. I don't know if we got enough time to bring Tina on. We're already at an hour. Tina's full of energy. I
Well,
don't
she's
know.
been posting a lot of good stuff here too. You know, this.
I don't know if we got enough time, Tina. How much longer we're gonna be live? Had you?
Well, no one's going to believe this story, no matter how many facts that you put in front of them. That it's not going to come out.
Yeah. I'm just laughing. I think it's hilarious. I mean, we tried to fix it without going through all this. It didn't need to go to all this. You guys didn't have to fucking be broke. When we stepped in, it was still savable. We made it very fucking clear it was still savable. And the people just had to step up and say, hey, we would rather save our town than watch it go down the drain. And that didn't happen. So now a lot of people are reaping what they sowed there. You know, big fat nothing. And then the other ones who tried to attack us and this, that, and the other, well, they're fucking learning too. Because guaranteed, most all those communications were done through text messages, which are now under an investigation. So I don't think
There have been a lot of good records kept.
Yeah, tons, dude. And they definitely didn't fucking win. It's just sad that Aguilar went this direction versus the other direction. I mean, meanwhile, we were just pointing out the obvious that a town that size, it really should have a $500,000 budget. Like, that's reasonable. But they should have $1.5 million in the bank. That's reasonable. We do all kinds of different towns and towns of this size. So we know what is the standard. So as soon as we came in and seen the way they acted, and then with the first information we received from them, we knew that they were playing fuck games, and we started exposing it little by little, even with all the threats and shit. And what's great is all those threats, there's tons of threats on YouTube, right? From all the Stephanie's family over there. All those are still on YouTube, and they've been screenshotted. All of that's going to be part of a RICO act, dude. I hope they know that them conspiring to fuck us off backfired. This is only the beginning. Tyler's arrest is only a beginning. Mark my words on that, guys. I'm just going to continue laughing.
Even now, yeah, since you're not here to pick on, I've got women's coming to my house wanting to call me out in the yard. You know, it's like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
You want me to see if you can hire Adam? Come stand guard out front on the sidewalk with his vest and his taser and stuff?
Right.
I already work minimum wage, bro. I don't know if you can get a better deal than that.
Yeah, well, you know what? It doesn't intimidate me. It just shows the ignorance of the people that you would actually go to a councilman's house who's fighting for you and stand out there because you didn't like something he said on a political page. You know, it's how stupid that somehow people just don't have freedom of speech. And no matter if it's council, whoever it is, everyone has the same right.
It has to be favorable. Otherwise, stuff like this happens. In a small town, when you just expose probably 1/3 of the town itself, sadly enough, dude, you know, population of 400 and some, I think we just exposed at least 50. This investigation's deep, dude. It's no joke.
Yeah, well, all this side bullshit just takes away from what's actually going on. And everything we're talking about here, this is just small stuff to actually what is going on to the people. And they would rather stick with the people that's been here all their life than someone that's got an education that's putting the information in front of them, and they look the other way.
Well, supposedly, allegedly, you would look the other way if you were getting a good paid amount, but you're not playing the game right, Vern.
I'm not getting my share.
Well, they got to know you're trustworthy first. When you're out there telling all their secrets, they can't trust you, so you can't get paid.
Yeah, the town's business ain't the town's business, Vern. That was 101. You didn't learn?
Yeah, somebody just told me.
You know?
I mean, we picked up on your training a long time ago.
Did tell you, Vern, and I think we got the recording of it.
Well, I'm going to stop drinking the water if they're not going to give me my cut.
Right? I'm with you on that one. Fuck yeah, dude. If you ain't getting your cut, I'd stop drinking the water. Shit.
One good thing is the hair's been growing back to my head.
Realistically, man, those people are fucking trapped, dude, in oppression with that water. There's nothing they can fucking do. Nothing. Even if they stand up and fucking speak and all this and get pissed off and all that, it's not going to fucking fix anything. That water is fucked up, dude. And these people are stuck fucking washing their clothes, washing their ass, washing their fucking dishes, brushing their fucking teeth in it. Even if they don't drink it, they are forced to at least do that. Right? I mean, it fucks up your toilet, dude. This water's so bad, it fucks up your toilet. No joke.
Tina's here. Everyone quit talking about her.
What's going on, Tina? How are you tonight?
Okay, so Savage Broadcasting says Swink just got funding for their water tower. Well, that's the thing. Savage Broadcasting, Aguilar's received lots and lots of funding, and they fuck it off. And that's never gets done. So nobody wants to fund their bullshit anymore.
They fuck it off because they get a check from the USDA and it doesn't specify what the hell it's for, and so they think it's free damn money.
Right. You've got it sounds like you're in a room or something that's got a lot of echo.
Bathroom.
Oh.
Spooping.
Smoking. Let me get out of here. Okay. No, smoking.
Oh, that sounds so much better.
Yeah, smoking, not pooping. Come on.
Yes, nobody wants to fund it. DOLA was going to help. The USDA was going to help. A lot of people have offered to help. But Aguilar has not been compliant.
What was that, Tina?
They helped already.
Right. They have helped.
Right.
On top of
They
the
helped.
other. Well, they have helped.
And now they're like, why should we help you anymore? You're just going to fuck the money off again.
Well, that's the reason for the push for this audit to get done. They are really, really pushing. It is no longer a request. It is now a requirement that they get this thing done. And you got Stephanie who's pushing it off until next year. February of next year, she wants to be able to turn it in.
Well, maybe they need that much time to stop treating the goddamn water, which is putting all the contaminants pretty much into the water. If anybody would read that EWG report that I read, and I tried to pass to everybody who thought that I was a nutcase, which, there is paperwork to prove that I'm crazy, but still, when, what's that from? The goddamn water. Anyway, it's, oh God, all it tells you where the contaminants are coming from. Every contaminant that I listed, it has a little icon on the side, and you push it and it tells you if it came from industry, if it comes from the way the water's treated. So, yeah, we're dumping crap into the water, chlorine, which is no good. Hello. It's no good. Chlorine is bad for you. It's BAD.
What are you talking about? I go out to my pool, and whenever I'm working on my yard, I just take a glass, dump it right in the pool, and I take a nice good swig. What are
There you
talking
go.
about? Chlorine is great. It
Now,
sanitizes.
let me explain something. And Vern, I don't think you were around when, and I'm not saying nothing bad by saying that. I'm not, trust me, but I don't think you were around when they did this little adventure that happened back in like 2014 or 2016. I'm not real sure. They replaced some of the water pipes. Now, let me explain. They replaced the water pipes from the old crumbly top down that hill, right until you get down. They came down the middle of the road to the road before the projects. Then they went up that little road. Then they went up Chambers, which I believe Chambers is where the projects is at as well. That's where my house was at. And they came all the way up my alley to the back of the town hall. That's as far as they replaced the water pipes in Aguilar. Anybody that's listening that can say different and prove it to me, go right ahead and do that. But seeing how my house was right directly behind the town hall, I saw what they did. And I saw that was the end of it right there.
And to that point, does anybody up here on panel want to testify where they take their water samples from?
Now, I will testify to that as well. People, let me explain. Picture in your minds this: going to a auto mechanic's shop and then saying, I have to use the restroom, and going into one of those restrooms. Has anybody done that besides me? Probably so. They're disgusting, gross, nasty, ugly, bacteria growing everywhere, nasty. That's what the bathroom in the shop, in the town shop, look like on my grandkids. I'm telling you this. And I was told, you go in that bathroom, you run the water in the sink for 5 minutes, then you take a water sample. That's what we send in. Why do we do that? I asked. My answer was, because that's how long it takes for the water to get down to the truck stop, which is now closed. But that's how long it takes approximately to get to the truck stop. And that's where we're supposed to take our water sample from. Go figure. So now it's bypassing all the lead in the pipes that were never changed. And evidence of that is every single year at around the same time, which is coming up to be that time again. And I don't think they have anybody to fix it this year. Right there by the school, over by, what's her name? Ernestine Puffinhauser, right there on the side of her house in the middle of that street. They dig it up every year. Why? Because it freezes and it busts every year. And they're not replacing that with plastic.
So good.
They're not replacing that line with plastic.
Since you left, they've doubled the price of water. It's so good.
Oh, but listen to this. No one has listened to me on this fact as well. We pay a certain somebody in order to have either it's our augmentation pond, or I believe one of the wells is on this person's property. And why is it that this person, and I have personally watched this over the years, every 3 days backs in a semi and fills up 8,000 gallon to 4,000 gallon tanks. That's 8,000 gallons of water, and then takes it and goes to the other side of the highway and waters animals. And then in another 3 days, the exact same thing. So that's 8, 16, 24. I figured out 32,000 gallons of water. No wonder our augmentation pond can't fill up. And what about the people in town that do not have water meters? Who pays for that? The people that don't read their bills. The people that just pay their bills by a red notice, that don't notice that 13,000 gallons used a month equals to 400 gallons a day. And when you're not there for 15 hours a day, who's using that water when there are no water breaks in any of the lines? Tell me. I want one person to tell me this. Nobody's looked into it at all. Who's the person? Betty. You know who the person is. Shall I say it out loud? Okay, I will. Keith Waller.
Supposedly, allegedly.
Not supposedly, allegedly, for a fucking fact. I'm not supposedly, allegedly anything. What's he going to do? Come and take my bank privileges away? I don't use the bank. I don't give a shit. He doesn't matter. He don't matter. What he's doing is wrong. And when it's wrong, you say something. Not allegedly, supposedly, maybe. No, that's true. And I have told several people about that. Several. And nobody cares. Why? Because this is who we pay to have our augmentation pond. This is who we pay to use that well that's on his property. That is allegedly, supposedly. I believe that well is on his property. But how many people in Aguilar, I just want to know, how many people that are listening now have someone or is someone who is ill? And I'm saying with kidney issues, with Alzheimer's, dementia, with cancer. And I could say this 100 times a day if I want to. Yes, I had cancer and they got rid of it. They sure as shit did. But I'm not the only one on that side of town that ended up with the kind of cancer that I had. And this was, 34 years ago. So the water has been bad all along. It's not like this is a new thing. It's not.
Well, and you're absolutely right. The majority of the population that I met had some sort of health issues in one way, shape, or another. And it was kind of crazy that a lot of it was cancer. And you know, a lot of it was Alzheimer's and dementia for the older people too. So
yeah. And I have that affecting me right now. So, you know, this is not over by a long shot. It's not. I'm just because I'm not there currently doesn't mean that I'm not going to be back. And when I come back, it's going to be guns blazing. And that's it because, you know, too many people that I am related to, associated with, whatever, are ill. And not only that, here's another thing that everybody thinks I'm a nutcase on, and go ahead and check it out. Giardia. What is Giardia? Giardia is a parasite with no filtration system whatsoever on our water. Does anybody in their right mind think that we are exempt from all being filled with parasites? It's probably 90% of the reason why people are sick.
Oh no, they don't care that there's horseworms in the water.
Yeah, well,
they should.
They should.
That puts
maybe
hair
it's
on
not
your
that
chest,
they don't care,
right?
Maybe it's not that they don't care. Maybe they can't. Maybe those parasites been eating their brains long enough that they don't know.
Vern, has that parasite been eating your brain long enough?
I mean, come on. There's so many things that come from water. I mean, sure. Yeah, there's a movement.
You got an amoeba in your brain there, Vern?
How does he know he doesn't?
I got an asshole that comes to my house.
What I'm saying is,
the asshole got some horsehair worms.
Giardia. Every dog has Giardia, pretty much. You know, and yes, I'm back in the bathroom smoking. God damn it, you guys are making me smoke again. I don't know. I mean, I did try. Attempted.
I'm glad to hear Tina here saying all this. You know, we've all said it over the years, and it's true. Yeah,
we can all say, oh, you know, free playground. Who gives a shit about a playground? I don't care about a playground. Now let's get this 100% out in the open, because I don't want nobody to get this confused. Erlinda is a friend of mine. And for everyone to say she's an embezzler, blah, 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 that's bullshit gossip. That's what I have to say about that. That is gossip that nobody has taken a step to provide any kind of paperwork. And before she was elected to be
there's
mayor.
most definitely paperwork out there.
Hold on,
Okay.
Tina. Before
Okay,
you,
all right.
hold
Maybe
on.
there is. Maybe there
Yeah,
is.
there's most
Maybe there.
definitely paperwork out
Hold
there.
on. We have
Let's
been.
put it this way:
Hold
Tyra
on.
was still paid after resignation. Tyra
Right.
didn't resign until after Erlinda was there and took full control of the books. She said
Right.
in an open
Okay, well,
meeting
listen.
And
she's gonna
hold on.
Listen.
Hold
straighten
on.
out the budget.
Hold on. We have also tried to get information out of that place, and everything is locked down. If we cannot
Right.
provide information because the public information is not being given to us, how are we supposed to provide proof?
Right, we're pulling
That,
it through
well, that is an issue.
We're
That is
getting
an
our
issue. And
information
why
through
that's going on,
CBI.
I don't know.
They
And that's
never
why that's going.
give anything. So
Okay.
again, if she was in compliance and she was for transparency, we wouldn't be having problems getting a hold of records and stuff.
Right.
You know?
But what I'm trying to say is that she is getting shit on for shit that happened before she got there. Now, I'm not saying that she's totally exempt because nobody is perfect. I, for sure, am not perfect. And I'm not saying that. But before she became mayor, I know I was behind her. Hey, Erlinda, you should run for mayor. Why? Because I've seen what she can do.
What's one good thing you've seen Erlinda do since she's been mayor? She's been mayor for quite some time now, a year. What's one good thing you've seen her do to better the town?
To better the town, I've seen her get down on them fucking books is what I've seen her do, because the USDA or whoever the hell it is that's doing the audits has 100% more paperwork now than they did before she got there.
No,
and she's just going around buying shit and acting like
that's not a fact. It's not a fact.
How I don't understand. I don't understand.
That's
But,
why
see,
that's why Aguilar has to keep signing off saying that they cannot fucking verify what they're saying is the truth.
Right. And why not? A good citizen. Why can they not prove any of that? Now, we know this for a fact, you and I.
They are proving it. They are proving it. That's what I'm telling you. That's what we're all telling you. That's what even the newspaper here is telling you. Like, did you read it? Like, and all this, yeah. So the books, she hasn't done anything for the books. And the town's broke as fuck. Still, to this day. And you're being sued by multiple fucking people for millions of dollars in total right now. And she is taking that on head on herself without a fucking lawyer, without the board, without anybody. She has now put her own sole signature on the augmentation pond. Every fucking thing done with the augmentation pond now goes through fucking Erlinda.
Okay.
See?
All right. Well,
so aside from the books, what else has she done in the year that she was there to better the town?
Oh, fuck. You know, I'm not, and to be honest, I'm not paying attention to none of that shit. You know me. All I care about is the fucking water. And yeah, nothing has been done except this fucking ridiculous pond that instead of putting a pond, don't you think maybe we should have had a filtration system? And I've said that to her. I've said that to every single person that I talk to.
What you don't understand is the pond was court ordered because they owe water rights.
Right.
It has nothing to do with the water.
Right. And how was that? Wait. What did you just say? Wait.
And the town has said nothing. Nobody in the fucking town, except for you and maybe 4 or 5 other people, have said they want better water.
Now we gotta go back 2 pages. Hold on. Let's go back. What did you say about the augmentation pond and it being court ordered because of water rights?
Yes.
Right. They owe water. Like, you're only supposed to pull in so much water a year into a town. They have way over pulled their limit.
From Keith Waller.
That augmentation pond is supposed to go and send it down the line to other counties to where it's supposed to be going for their allotments.
X amount.
It has nothing to do with the water.
I know that, but explain that to me. So we build an augmentation pond and we're supposed to send that water away. And that water is bullshit.
You guys have junior water rights. Okay.
Okay. So we have junior water. Who has all the.
Listen, You're taking millions of gallons a year from people that are owed senior rights. You guys are robbing everybody around you for water. That augmentation pond was court ordered. It was found by a judge that an augmentation pond needed to be put in so they can hold, release, and evaporate X amount to give back to the people that they've stole from for all these years.
Okay, now let me ask you that. Who is it that we have stolen this water from? And that's how I'm just asking because I don't know.
From the towns and municipalities that have the senior water rights down the line from you.
Does anybody know who those towns are? What those towns are? Who are they?
Not offhand. I don't have the list.
I'm asking that because if they have senior water rights, those people ought to be opening their mouths too, not just us little people. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's just it. They
They-
have. That's why they were
They're opening their mouth through the courts.
Explain, Vern.
Okay, well,
Vern,
now-
hold on, let Vern explain. Vern knows.
Okay.
Exactly. Explain, Vern.
explain.
Okay, they're opening their mouths through the courts the way that it should be. You know, and it starts, Keith Waller does push a lot of it because a lot of water rights are being taken to him. But everyone down the line, this augmentation pond is during the time that we could collect water. It is supposed to hold it so that we could release it to the people that we owe the water to. It
So
has
now
nothing to
if
do
he's
with
bitching, if Keith Waller's bitching, why is he bitching? Because he's taken over 32,000 gallons of water a month.
Listen, you're going way back, dude. He did this a long fucking time ago and won.
Oh, he's
Already did
That's-
before.
that's-
He's trying to explain
No,
to you.
but that's one person. Yeah, but it's one person. There's many in the lawsuit, and you can't just name one. And the
Right.
fact that he's saying something, he has senior water rights. Aguilar
Right.
has junior water rights, and he is owed this water.
Right.
So no matter
I'm not
what you
saying
think of him,
anything bad about
No,
him.
and it's not what I think of him. It's what I viewed personally. Watched him back in that semi with 4,000 gallon tanks
Right.
on the back of that semi, and every 3 days does the
So-
same thing, backs it in and fills them up.
Well, he has senior rights, so he would be able to do
Okay,
that.
so he has senior rights. So that would tell me or anyone else that with senior rights, if he's already grabbing his water, then why would anybody owe him? You know what I mean?
Because
It's not just
32,000
gallons.
gallons
8,000
on top
gallons
of what
compared
you
to,
owe.
listen, 8,000 gallons compared to your 2 million gallons for Aguilar isn't an equal share for somebody who has senior rights.
I understand that. Okay. And I'm not
We're
trying to
withholding
be
his water.
argumentative. What I'm saying is he's grabbing his allotment of water every month that we should be paying him in money. He's getting that in water, just like when I worked there back in 2015, 2014, whenever it was. And this is exactly what I was told. When you get a call from that office, you go straight to where Esther and Eddie Velasquez live. In that alley, there is a fire hydrant, and you go straight there and you wait for Weber Water to get there. They will be there immediately. You hook up the fire hose, you put it in their water tank, you fill up their water, off they go. Who do I report that to? Nobody. Why? Because we owe them. Well, guess what? Now all those people that Weber Water was furnishing with water, are those people sick because they're taking water out of a lead fire hydrant, going through lead pipes 3, 4, 5 times a day? We're not reporting it to anybody. That's a 4,000 gallon tank right there. And if they're coming in 4, 5, 6 times a day and I'm filling them up and nobody's writing it down. Oh, but I forgot, Weber Water now is mysteriously out of business.
Well, I don't know. I just know in the paperwork I read, I remember
That's a
seeing
fact.
Waller was one of them named in there.
Yep.
That stuck in my head. I'm not like pointing them out or anything, singling them out. Just, I know that mentioned in that lawsuit was that. And again, this was years ago, and Aguilar's been out of compliance all these years with
Right.
that order. Okay.
Right. Now,
There is
let me
nothing
explain.
for filtration on the books whatsoever.
No,
He's
there is
even
not. There is there is a well house.
I mean, the citizens
They're
are
not far.
supposed to, through the channels, they're supposed to petition their government. How many
Right.
petitions have went in for Aguilar to get a filtration system, Tina, as long as you've been affiliated?
None, not one. And I'm
Exactly.
just as guilty.
And so
But
as long
I'm just gonna
as
piss off.
everybody there is going to continue to get what they deserve, right?
Well,
If they don't want to
Well,
put
and
in, if they don't want to put in, and they don't want to take advice, and they don't want to do something to better their situation, they're just going to continue to get what they got. And
Well,
as you
and
can
I
see,
understand
it's on a hard
Then how is
slide.
that
I mean,
the
the
kids'
town's
fault?
aimed to be a ghost town, no doubt about
I
it.
just want to understand how. Yeah, we may not be doing what we're supposed to be doing as a community. We may not. Okay, we most likely we are not. Let's just say that we are not. But how? And that's our fault as adults. But why is it falling on our kids? Why?
Well,
Why
it's real simple because
because what are they supposed to do?
your
with the
duties.
kids?
You didn't
Exactly.
do your duties.
So
You
how
didn't
is it
keep
their
your
fault?
government in check. That's your duty.
Uh,
That's the residents.
You know what?
You know,
That's duty.
Now,
the government's too
here,
busy. The
here's
government's too
something
busy
that,
running
you know
around
what,
stealing
Tina?
money.
And this is a big thing for me because if the people around here know that a mayor and 6 people can make a change, yet only 120 out of almost 500 vote, you know, how can you be thinking about the kids there
Yeah.
when it takes so few of the people to actually make a difference, who we sit here and have been for years now putting this same stuff out there? You know, this is what's going on. This is how you're being fucked. Everyone out here knows that the decisions that we make is passed on generation to generation, yet
Of
not
course.
one of them are standing up. So how can 10 of us
I
be
y'all told me I was
responsible?
crazy, so I just sat back down and said, fuck it. We'll see what happens now. And then now everybody is concerned about the water. Well, fuck. I was saying this 10 years before all this stuff came up. And
Tina, you're misunderstanding. You are
I'm
one of
crazy.
the only ones that gives a fuck about that water.
That pretty much, that's all I care about. They can steal all the money. They can do whatever they want. But if the water is bad,
the motto
nobody's
is the
thinking
water's good. It's so good.
No.
We're selling it for double what we was this time last year.
Exactly. And then, you know, that's robbing
there's
people.
not enough of it to go around, Tina. I mean, this shit's in rare form. Okay. So
People aren't following the water. They're not following the money either, because we're selling it for twice as much.
Wait a minute, Vern. Okay, let me just say this, because you're on council. So we're all allotted. Tell me I'm wrong. 3,000 gallons a month. That's what we pay all this exorbitant amount for, correct? And anything over that, we get charged per gallon or whatever it is, some ridiculous amount.
1,000.
Okay. So now I'm paying up front, mind you. Normally, this is how it happens. I pay you for my water. I get 3,000 gallons. Where do you think that you could come off and tell me what I have to do with that 3,000 gallons? If it's my 3,000 gallons of water and I don't go over that, screw you. You don't tell me I can't water outside. You don't tell me I can't water my garden. You don't tell me I can't wash my car. If I'm still under 3,000 gallons, what right do you have to put it? You can't water outside. You can't wash your car. You can't. If I'm not going over that 3,000
okay, let me answer it. As an individual, I can't. As a councilman, I can tell you that there are 7 people that sit there that put in these ordinances that you vote in. And if they're doing this dumb shit, and you know they're doing this dumb shit, run for fucking office.
Okay, but what I'm saying is dumb shit, as in what? Charging giving me a violation
Okay,
because I
saying charging
using
double
my
for your
3,000
water and then transferring the money from the water account to the general fund to put in a fucking
Well,
playground. You know
and
what?
see, I don't
People
know
sit,
that because
people
I
sit
haven't
there and
seen
watch
those
this.
things.
They've watched for years that I've been here, not doing anything about the filtration system, which was supposed to be part of the grant originally. Every
That was
lawsuit
supposed to
we're
be-
in, the engineer basically caused us. And until the people start using their power of vote, you're dealing with 7 people that need to be replaced. You can
Okay,
replace me
and
too,
this is the
you know?
is and I'm sure this is how they look at it. It has to be because there's no other way to look at it. It doesn't matter the filtration system that we have on there or we don't have on there. You want to know why? Because none of the lead pipes that the water runs through have been replaced like they should have been done back in
Yet you said
2012,
time after
2014.
time, and you watch this council vote that money be transferred to a general fund
Yep.
to be
And I
fucked off.
watched
And no one steps up there and says, hey, you're not voting in my interest. You're not watching my money, yet you put the same people in office each time. Now,
Nope.
Yep, and check
who's
this
the
out.
Straight up.
And
Nobody
check this
says
out.
shit. They just let
Check
them
this
commingle
out.
the funds, dude, every fucking time.
We had
the fucking money to fix this shit over and over and over and over.
the best water treatment person that Aguilar has ever had. His name, Dave Lambot. He came from Longmont and had everything, every license that he needed to have, he had. And I watched this man because let me tell you, and still to this day, him and his wife Judy are the 2 best people that I have ever met. Other than Betty's mama, who was my best friend, Rosie, I love her. But the best people that I have ever met in my whole life, and all he did every month when he got hired on with the town of Aguilar was go and tell them, we need to change this, we need to have this, this is what we need to do to be 1, in compliance, and 2, to have safe water. Okay? He took it as long as he could take until, because it wasn't ever in the budget. Of course it wasn't. And he reluctantly quit, and now is ill. And my mom has the exact same thing. And there are several people in that town that have exactly what they have. And when I was talking to him right before I left, I told him what was in our water. And even though he's ill, it had that moment of recognition and said, are you kidding me? No, Dave, I'm not kidding you. And you know what? You know what all that stuff comes from. It comes mostly from the treatment, but it also comes from that piece of shit pioneer who wanted to build an augmentation pond. Why? So they could put their fracking water in there. Of course, that's what that was. And that's no bullshit. I know somebody that has documentation for years and years on that. When they put their fracking water in.
Tina, what do you think they're going to fill it with this time?
Fracking water.
For free. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you take a ride up, this was before they paved it. My God, when I came back this last time, I didn't even know that road was all paved. But what they used to do, Pioneer, Evergreen, whoever the hell they are now, used to fill up their potable water tanks. And then, because we're trying to keep the dust down for you idiots. Here, let's just put our fracking water all over the dirt road and kill everything on the sides of the roads. No, nobody noticed that. But that's also on film. And let them come after me. Who gives a shit? I don't care. Pioneer can suck my balls. If I had balls, well, I do. They're on the top. But, yeah. This went on for years, and there is plenty of footage, plenty of pictures, plenty of documentation, and nobody wants to take him serious either.
Yeah, but see, and all this is just really pushing the blame because the fault is everyone's. It takes 6 people to change things here, and that takes voting, that takes running for office, and you've had opportunities to run yourself.
Petition, recall, vote.
Oh, I recalled that idiot Donald.
People ain't doing that. They ain't doing nothing. That's just my opinion.
That's just like I had a county commissioner recalled quickly. Found out he was taking money from Rocky Flats to park their nuclear waste right down at the end of my road. this was years ago, and there is video
But
of that as well.
Aguilar has a continuing problem, and the augmentation pond has nothing to do really with our drinking water. So,
It doesn't, and
that's
I've been
really,
saying
if
that.
they put the fracking water into the augmentation pond, it's going down to pay off the whoever has water rights. That's not
But
a good
it's
thing.
poison.
But our thing is, we know all these things. You have to know someone who's responsible enough to run for council. This going on for years, that the people that are on this screen have fought for years now. All of this could have been fixed years ago if the people would have listened
Quick
and
and orderly.
quit getting off onto just things that have nothing to do with parts of what we're talking about. Changing the council, changing the mayor could fix this within months. Yet no one wants to take the time to vote. They'll take the time to bitch. They'll take the time to complain. They'll take the time to ignore everyone of us up here. Yet they won't take the time to run for office. They won't take the time to vote. All this is dumb shit that not only the council, not only the mayor, but everyone in here who's got the right to vote, they're at fault also.
Well, I am at fault. I'll admit it. I'm not a idiot. Well, some things I am. But what I'm saying is,
I got all respect for you,
everybody's doing
Tina.
what they told me. I know you don't have no respect for me.
That's not why I said that. But yeah, I have all respect for you.
What I'm saying is I've been saying it for years, and it's not just council members or anybody else who looked at me like I was retarded. And that could be from the water. Who cares? That probably is, because for years water wasn't even an issue at all. Nobody said anything. And I have it with me, even here in Arizona. I have it with me. I have the paperwork that was put in. Let me see if I can grab this. This paper was
You
put.
should have brought some of that water with you down south. I mean, it's
Bullshit. I'm hearing this water's bad too.
Money down there.
Yeah, I'm hearing this water's bad too. But what I'm also real into is that we're on a well. So, and I haven't even had that tested yet. But here, let me pull. Okay, so back in the day, let's see, what year is this?
They get what they deserve, Betty. They get what they deserve.
Yeah, well, so
their fucking hands and just let everybody do it for them. There's 500 fucking people in that town that are all just reaping what they sow.
Okay, well,
man, but we honestly came in and we tried to do nothing but listen and help. And
right.
we got bullied around, dude. Like over and over and over, and critiqued in every way of how we're doing things by people who are doing nothing. And
right.
And this is only the beginning. Tyro's little arrest is only the beginning of this. So,
let's see here. Yes. Okay. So this is a paper from 2020. Okay, and they back then they were really into the neon color papers that were getting stuck in with your water bill every month. Okay, so it says here date correction is required by, so 6/2/20 is what it says. So it was made, let's see. A routine drinking water inspection conducted on 10/18/2019 by the State Drinking Water Program identified the following violations that may pose a risk to public health. And then it says F-310. You guys could, that means finished. Okay. The date correction is required. And that's 6/2/2020. Blah, blah, blah. And then it says 5/310. Finished water storage tank. Tank number 1. And then it says SDWIS-ID001. Storage condition. The condition of the storage structure may allow potential sources of contaminations to enter the tank. Then it says on the next line, 6/11/2020, cracks in the roof of the storage tank were patched. And then it says funding is currently being sought to replace the storage tank. Now, this was how many years ago?
Yeah.
And it's just, and what gets me is that nobody flipped the damn paper over. I don't think so. Because these neon color papers, oh, that's pretty. Just burn it. We're all burning wood nowadays, which we all should, instead of using the goddamn gas because we're paying too much. But still, what I'm saying is they're putting these neon pieces of paper in there that back in on this one is, oh my God. I don't even know when this one was, but it's around the same time. Important information about lead in your drinking water. Are you kidding me? It goes back farther than that. And it tells you what you can do. But you can boil the water all day long. Don't take lead out. It sticks on your clothes, which it gets in your skin, and it gets in your hair, and it gets in your eyes, and you inhale it, and you drink it, and But I have several of these papers, all sequential. And on the front side, it says about all the neat things the town's got going on this month. And on the back side, it says, don't worry. Our water is shit. But we have yet one more month. And the only thing that ever changed on the verbiage of these papers that were put into the bills was the date. It was always pushed to the next month. We have until next month. We have until next month. That's the only thing that changed, that and the color of the piece of paper. That's it. And I read it for years. And I told people about it for years. My cousin Cindy, I was over at her house. She took apart her water filter that was on her faucet. We opened it up. There were actual bugs crawling in the motherfucker. Sorry about my language, but that's a fact. And that was way before all this stuff started happening with the water. But what are we supposed to do when nobody listens? When Dave Lambot, the best guy that they ever had to treat the water, they ignored him. They ignored him till he quit, and now he's sick. And I blame the water. Just like my mom's sick, and I blame the water. I blame everything on the water. Robert Avila, whether anybody likes him or not, it doesn't matter. He's sick. Why? Because of the water. 3 people on that block are on dialysis, or were. I mean, when is it going to change? Never. It's never going to change. And it doesn't matter if Keith Waller takes everybody to court for his water rights or whatever. It doesn't matter. He's taking the water anyway, but he's giving that poison water to his cows.
Well, and again, it's not just his water. So I mean,
it's not just his water, but we pay him for the land that pond is on. We do. Yeah. And there's a few people who I'm not going to name because you know what? What's right is right. And I imagine that one day they'll get a burst of conscience and say, hey, guess what? I don't have a meter on my water either. But the people down the road have been paying for 13,000 gallons a month and they don't really give a shit because they don't read their bill correctly.
Well, that's a lot of people, Tina. I mean, I don't know how many people I've heard in town where their water bill was like some outrageous gallon usage. And it's like, you have to have like a sinkhole around here somewhere, right?
No, it's, you know what it is? It's the outdated meters that the batteries for them are obsolete. So they're all dying off. And so in the office, those meters cannot be read because they have to be manually read now because the batteries are obsolete. And God knows we don't have the money for new meters or updated meters because they're over 20 years old. No, and I already checked on that. I checked it.
I'm still waiting for these new systems because I do believe like a year and a half ago they had voted to get a new system put into place. And I'm still waiting.
Yeah,
those meters.
We've only been there for a few years, and we've watched this exact same agenda over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
This is how easy it is.
Back on the agenda here soon.
Well, this is how easy this is to figure this out. And you could be a council member, you could be the mayor, you could be an average nobody like me. You Google, where can I purchase or talk to somebody about about videos. Okay, Betty, I was just reading your comment. Okay, where can a city, town, whoever, where do they buy their water meters? And then you get on phone and talk to somebody that's in, I don't know, they're ordering or whatever. And say, how much does one of those cost? Now, can we times that by 500? And how much is it going to be to install all this? That's how easy that is. One phone call, make and find out. That way you could go to the board and say, hey, look, check it out. All of our batteries are dying on our meters. And so instead of reading the meters, we're just guessing, 13,000 gallons sounds good this month. Put them down for 13,000. Yes, we only give them 3, but we're going to charge them for 10,000 gallons more because we need your fucking money.
Well, and they also need to cover their water usage through. They also need to account for their water usage.
Well,
so
is there a meter?
People.
Is there a meter on where the water comes out into the town? Do we know how much water is coming out of those storage tanks per day for the town? I think that there is not a meter because, I mean, unless, I don't know, God came down and waved a magic wand. There's not one.
You worked for the town at one point, right?
I did.
Okay,
I did.
So did I. So I would hope that you would know that there was meters on those wells. So you would have to take a machine and go to the well, and you have to hit it with the machine, and it tells you what the gallon usage was through the pump.
Okay, I don't know when that started because that wasn't like that when I was there. I didn't do that. What I did, what I was told, was to take these chlorine tablets and dump them in that fucking well. It doesn't matter if there's dead animals in there. It doesn't matter if there's a thick film of sludge on top of that well. We don't use it anyway. But go ahead and throw 6 or 7 of those chlorine tablets in there and call it good. I didn't know anything about water treatment or anything back then. You know, I did what I was told.
Right.
Until I got hazed. Until I got hazed to where I had to have 3 surgeries. You know, and nobody was held accountable for that except for what? Oh yeah, workman's comp, which was bullshit. But still, yeah, I got hazed. You know, you get hazed when you're told, here, take this flashlight, climb down this manhole, go check, make sure that the sewer line down there doesn't have a blockage. Really? Because had I done that, I would have never come back up. Stupid me was getting ready to climb down the damn thing. Good thing I got a telephone call saying, don't do that because you won't come back up here. Those sewer gases will kill you. Yeah, I was hazed, and only one person apologized for it after. You know, because I was dumb. But now I'm not dumb. Now I just keep doing research and every year. Well, the EWG, they're a nonprofit. Oh, nonprofit. No, they are a nonprofit organization. And I tell you right now, I believe their findings 150,000% more than the EPA, because the EPA has their hand out. If you can grease my hand, or you could, you know, if you can give me a blowy, I'll look past it, you know. And that's what they do. The EPA is bullshit.
Right.
The EWG, this is what happens. Aguilar sends in their water test to Pueblo. We have had to drive it up there. They test the water. Somehow or another, okay, so that's the CDPHE. Somehow or another, that sample gets, I guess, shuffled over to the EPA. And this is where the EWG gets their samples from, or their, you know, and what they do is they do a breakdown, not just, oh yeah, I got a little bit of lead. Boil your water. No, like Betty said, they told us to boil our water, but that just makes it worse. It doesn't take anything out, you know. It's like if you have somebody that is licensed, like I'll say it again, like Dave Lambot was, you should have listened. I wish, you know, but wish in one hand, shit in the other. Which one do you think is going to fill up faster? You know. I'm shaking my head because, yeah, maybe I should run for council, but who knows? You know, it's ridiculous. I don't even live there. Somebody would bitch, and I lived there all my life. So, you know, but I don't go around saying you're an outsider unless you are an outsider and you're acting like an asshole. Then I'll tell you, well, you're an asshole and you're an outsider. But other than that, yeah, if you come from outside and Aguilar and you see things that are wrong, of course, try to fix it. But if you come from outside, and let's just say, for example, there are many people that have come from California. Jesus Christ, I was born in California. So, you know, but come from California, tree hugging, whatevers, come here and think that they're going to implement the stuff that they ran away from in the first place here. It doesn't work like that. We all need to say, you know, all right, let's have a bake sale this weekend. We're going to raise the money for the filtration system. Simple. You know, I don't know what else. Where does the money go for Aguilar Days? Where does that money go? Does anyone know?
I do believe that the Aguilar Days, other than like renting a spot for your booth, that money goes to the town. You have to pay the town like $25 each spot.
Where does that money go?
No, all that money goes directly to the Friends of Aguilar. The town doesn't get it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what are the Friends of Aguilar doing with that money? I mean, is that just for next year?
They're listed a 501c3 charity, and so it's up to them what they do with the money. They make a lot of money off that. Aguilar, you know, they pay half their security, and they have people that help set it up for them, but the town does not get paid for that. That goes to, at the time, I think Debbie Scamahorn was the president of it. That goes directly to them. We do not get that money.
Well, that would be something to look into. Also, there was once upon a time a bill passed, I guess, that all the money from the dispensaries in the state of Colorado go towards the schools. Shit, they were ready to close the school down. Well, where's their money? You know, it doesn't make any sense how I've lived in Aguilar just about damn near all my life. I could say, yeah, I'm a native because I've been there damn near all my life. And Aguilar just gets pushed off to the side. Same thing with Governor Polis. I have emailed him 17 times, his office, to get no response. He doesn't give a shit. He got elected, and that's all he wanted. Well, all of us decided, oh yeah, we're going to elect him. And for what? What, you know, a lot of people are, why vote when we don't have a voice? You know?
But, you know, but if everyone takes that attitude, here's where we get screwed up. You vote to get your people in. The people that's here have to be convinced that there's a possibility of change to even get up in there. Most people know what it's like here, and it's only 7 people. You know, there's got to be 7 good people in this town who can reasonably think this up. There are, but why aren't they on a ballot? And if you look at the numbers, here's some numbers. Between 102 and 120 people out of almost 500 actually vote here. So a margin of 20 people could put someone in office. And then there are years, not enough people are running for the council seat, so the people get appointed into office. So this is a problem that the townspeople really do have control of fixing. And these issues like you on the water, please run for an office, go for mayor, go for council, be a voice for this. You've even sat there and seen me shut down 100 times because I'm the only one fighting for your freedom of speech, the water, just the civil rights that you should have. And it goes nowhere because there's not another voice on that council to say, yes, he's right. You know, so until that changes, nothing is going to change. And that's what everyone's been trying to beat into everyone for years now. It's the council. We've went all the way up to the attorney general's office and back down several times. Senators, congressmen, secretary of state, on the voting, the county clerk, everyone in this line, DOLA, SURSA, we have contacted every single one of them. And the uniform answer we get from each one is, you are a statutory town. This is a decision of a 6-person council and a weak mayor. So we're talking 500 people cannot vote out 7 people. The
Okay.
problem's here. The problem is ours. And we can fix this problem.
Hold on, Tina. If you've got a speaker going on in the background, can you turn it
I
down,
don't.
okay, I don't know.
I don't.
You've
Is it
got
still
some-
doing it now?
Yeah, you've got some like massive feedback when people are talking.
You don't
That's why I
it's
put you on
only 'cause
mute.
Yeah, it's probably why it's probably where it's plugged in. I'm in the middle of nowhere. About I'm saying Vern is fighting for freedom of speech for everybody but me, because I don't give a flying flizz at all. I will speak, and you all know me better than that. You know that. There ain't nobody gonna shut me up. But yeah,
But
Well,
everyone knows
I
that's
think
not
what-
the only thing I'm fighting for.
I know that, Vern. I know, Vern.
Yeah, but I think what it really boils down to is it needs to stop being family and friends type things. Like what the people are doing on that board as it stands currently, with the exclusions of a few times from Vern over here, is not helping the town in not one way, shape, or form. I don't care if they're your friends or not. They're not helping that town. Nothing is getting done. Accounts are getting moved around even more. And
they're not above
extensions
the
are
law.
still being done, and they're not above the law. Like, I'm not
No,
saying
I'm not
that-
above the law. I'm not, for sure. And you know damn well if it was me, I'd be in jail. I've been in jail way before they came and got Tyra, or she turned herself in, whatever. Brownie points for that, Tyra. I mean, yeah, it was talked
Well-
about for years before anybody did anything that this bitch is pilfering money from the town. I mean, you don't go from having nothing to having all kinds of crap, and you're not taken from somewhere. But if it was me,
how else are you gonna pay? How else are you gonna pay for a graduation party with a band and a buffet and bathrooms and all this other stuff? Like, how else are you gonna pay for that? I mean, you got to have the taxpayers pay for that, right?
yeah, we paid for all that and weren't even invited. Damn it!
Right? Wasn't even invited. I didn't even get a fucking taco. I was so pissed.
Man,
But
probably made of that good Aguilar water, too,
Right.
dude. That probably
but,
up the taste.
and again, Vern is right. Tina is even right. But again, I think that it comes down to, it needs to boil down to, I don't care who, friends or family or whatever. It boils down to if you really care about Aguilar, you care about your neighbors, right? Those are your family. Those are your friends that are in that town, that have been there for years, that have grown up with you.
Town, yeah.
Yeah, and I care about my friends and my family, and a lot of my friends and my family are not with us anymore. And I blame that on the water. And they can't say, well, all of our water pipes were changed except the ones go from the meter to your house, so it's your fault. No. That shit don't work with me. I know where they changed the water pipe to.
No,
And changing from and everybody keeps talking about lead. That's a whole nother subject.
yeah,
Lead is
that's
a whole subject.
a whole
Because
other
now
subject.
we're just consuming microplastics.
Right, Tina, that's a whole other subject we can't get into it. We're pretty much at the end of time here.
Yeah, we've been at it for 2 hours. We do appreciate everybody stopping in. You guys, anything you got to add to this, you guys feel free to add to the comments. We appreciate everybody that stopped in here on the panel and in the chat, all the watcher backs. We really do appreciate you guys. And hopefully there's going to be more news coming soon, I believe.
Yeah,
Right?
thanks, Shane. It's been good talking to you.
Yeah, me too, guys. I want is the water to be fixed. That's it. That's
Well,
it.
and
Once it
and
fix
that
the water,
was
then we'll
one
all
of
be
our
thinking
main
straight.
well, that was one of our main goals. And unfortunately it's not getting done, but it's not getting done because people like you, me, Good Citizen, Vern, Betty, we got Gail Lawson out there that's brought attention to it. She's really ill from all this shit as well. I mean, there's a lot of people that have brought awareness to it, but the only
Good
people
night,
that
Betty.
could change it were the people on that board. Right? Those are the ones that are handling the government. Those are the ones that are handling the business of the town. And those are the people that failed the people of the town. They failed their friends and family. It was better off.
They did. That's for
It was
sure.
better off to profit than to actually care about what happens to my mother, my grandmother, my kids, my grandkids.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm worried about what's going on with my mother, and this is not over by a long shot. It's not, and I attribute it to Aguilar. So when y'all see me again, that's what it's going to be about. Because right now I'm in this situation where I'm completely helpless and I don't know what to do about it. And that's what I blame it on, because she was right. And what she has does not run in families. I don't care what anybody says. And the man that was treating the water also has that. And it's sad. It's fucking sad to watch somebody in your family be totally helpless and feel like they're dependent on somebody for everything when they've never been like that. Ever. My mom was the one that she always did for everybody. Always. Always. And now I'm having to do for her, and it's not fair. Somebody's going to be held accountable for it. Somebody.
Well, we appreciate you coming up. Hopefully things get better for your mom there, and we'll keep an eye on Aguilar. We'll see how things go here in the future. Maybe the people are ready to fix the shit. I don't know. But until next time.
Good night, everyone.
Everybody have a great
Hear
Hope you have a great
coming
week.
down the road. Are they coming to your abode? Everything ain't feeling right. I get lies that man has been out of sight. Footsteps echo down the hall. Shadows dancing on the wall. Feel the panic starts to crawl. Poor Tyra is trapped beneath it all. The feds are coming, time to run and hide. The feds are coming, no place left to slide. The feds are coming, nothing left to decide. The feds are coming, hope you're ready for that ride. Heartbeat racing, can't slow down. Stealing whispers in this town. Truth is buried underground. We all know they're coming around. Hiding in the darkened room. Silent dread that's growing soon. Looking for the light at the end of the tunnel. Tyra and the bar always seem to funnel. The feds are coming, time to run and hide. The feds are coming, no place left to slide. The feds
Have a great
are
week,
coming,
everybody.
nothing left to
Catch us on the next one.
decide.